Yo gang, boomers, garbage men, toads of the ponds. Here we are again, back at Whaletown. Though it might look like a lake behind me, in fact, what you're looking at is the ocean. We're about to get out on this wide world that covers the planet to catch one of the last salmon before it's shut down by your lovely Department of Fisheries, and I don't mean them as the villain. In many ways, they're the hero, shutting down fisheries to prevent people like me who love salmon from catching them. Well, if that didn't confuse you, this next part certainly will, as we head down to the boat and get into things here. Hitting the gas a stazione first, as we require some petrofuel from the inside of the earth to destroy the world a little bit more, and head out on the open ocean to finish off nature one little bit more. First, we're gonna get out and do our safety checklist, if you remember it from last year. Gas, rods, etc. So let's head on down and get in the boat. Hey friends, so today we're targeting the feeder salmon. Now these are the salmon that are maybe spending one more year around their home rivers, fattening up. So they're around here all year, whereas when we go in the summer, we're getting some guys that are probably just driving on through, getting in on the herring eating frenzy. Now, I've heard that the orcas are about 80 kilometers south of here, which probably means that they're hunting some salmon down there. So hopefully there's a few pools of herring we're able to find up around the edge of Cortez where there's a reef. The reason a reef would be a good one is it's a good landing spot for all the milk steagles of the world to create little baby herrings. That's what we want. I'm going to try to imitate it with atomic plug as one of my baits. And my other one is going to be the classic flasher and spoon combo. So stay tuned for this coast of West Coast sporting experience. Welcome back, gang. We've gassed up at Gorge Harbor Marina, which arguably has the greatest dock manager in the history of mankind, Bill. Highly recommend visiting him just for his words of wisdom on life. But let me give you a few pieces of wisdom on what I've learned over the years. We're going to be fishing today with this baby, the atomic plug, kind of imitating a little herring. Behind me here is Camel River and Quadra over there. And behind me, by about a kilometer, is Smelt Bay in beautiful Cortez Island. So we're going to be attaching this guy direct to the line with no flasher. My idea is that a wandering salmon's going to come just kind of running across the open ocean, looking for one of those herrings, sees this baby, and, investigates. It's on the line. We'll have dinner, hopefully. So that baby's on. Now this one's a little different. We got a flasher. That's meant to be like a salmon hunting after this baby. A spoon, they call it. Spoon. Because it kind of turns like a spoon. Again, we're going for the herring. I have no idea what size they are. So we're trying the one that this is, I think, an inch longer. If I get some data from Mother Nature, I might change my game to match it some more. So here we go. Tight lines, as they say. Okay, so we've done it. Thank you to this beautiful salmon. It's going to provide us a delicious feast. We've caught it with a plug out here at Le'Veon, as we call it. You may know that name from famed running back / rapper Le'Veon Bell. Well, there's a bell nearby, and the herring must have been eating because this guy took it. So we're going to go back down for another. Okay, gang, so these are the culprits of fish farms that are the devil. Sea lice. As you can see, just like a human being needs a little exposure to environmental toxins, so do these guys. That's a normal level. 3, actually probably a little low. Every single farm fish starts with 0 on them. They get it from wild fish, breed it inside their little tight cages, spread it back to these guys. Now, but this is natural. So, it's more about just controlling the environment. And I thought it was just good to point out these 3 little suckers. The devil, but the needed devil. And on the way back, we've checked our prawn traps. One of them looks great, one of them not so much. But as you'll see, It's a bit of a Christmas time on the mat. This little bugger. What do you think that is? Probably a little baby cod. Hopefully it's... Oh, it's still kicking. You bet. You're going back. Jill. Okay, any too small. Welcome back for a concluding round of Doc Talk. Unfortunately, due to COVID, it's been tough to book a guest for Doc Talk today. So we'll just be interviewing myself and asking reflections I had on the water. And I think some of the deepest ones were to never give up, because as I heard from a guide online, you just gotta stick at it this time of year. Lots of feeders around, going to be picky. You've got to stick with it. We did, paid off, thanks to the salmon. Now we shall turn it into hopefully a delicious feast or two, because it's probably around 10 pounds. Unfortunately, my scale's broken, so we can't actually tell its exact weight, but it's around 70 cm, 75 cm, somewhere in that range. It's got a little bit of rigor, so it's nice and not nice, actually. Too hard. It should be a little more relaxed, but we'll begin the process by going up the butt and through the midline. And then I like to always dip back here a little bit. Get that kind of meat that hangs out around that flipper. And then back towards the head. Now I've got one side of this baby done. I'm gonna come towards us around this. Now I think most restaurateurs would not keep that piece too much time. Money is time. No respect for the fish. The respect comes with my painstaking, embarrassing fillet jobs. And there we go. Whoops. Sorry, friend. Disrespect. And actually, some little interesting anatomy. This is the heart, right near its head. Not, as you might expect, like us, in its guts. Now, it turns out it was a lady. That's what we were finding out here with these eggs, these roe. Won't go to waste. I will separate it and use it accordingly. And then we're just gonna, this is where their spinal cord-ish world is. Bloodline. And because blood is coagulative, I believe that's the word, talk to your local scientist, we can almost just scoop it right out. Just piles of blood. And so we'll separate the eggs, but everything else is gonna go and hopefully catch us some prawns, some crabs. Voila. Processed, turned into fillets, and packaged. If you're Ron, my father, don't think this is ice cream. It isn't. It's fish guts. We've got all sorts. And of course, it's not a dessert just for me. It's a dessert for crabs, shrimps, prawns. That's what his job's going to be tomorrow. Salmon, the gift that keeps on giving.